You're listening to Excellence Above Talent, a podcast where we have the hard conversations about the lives of men and what leads us to achieve greatness and suffer defeat. Hear from other men's journeys as well, as we all learn and grow together to become inspirations to ourselves and those around us. And now your host, Aaron Thomas.
What's up, my beautiful people? Aaron Thomas with Excellence Above Talent. Here with Tryann Stevenson. He's been here a couple of times, and today we just kind of want to jump into a plethora of topics. First off, for the people who maybe haven't heard who you are and what you do, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, Tryann.
Konnichiwa. Tryann Stevenson. I'm a man of the people. I'm a jack of all trades. I have a lot of talents. I have a lot of hobbies. As of now, I work full-time in the oil industry, oil and gas industry for a supply company. And then my love of what's keeping me in Odessa right now is martial arts, specifically with Rough House MMA and Fitness, teaching kids Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, and not WWE wrestling, but like freestyle, folk style, Olympic style, Greco wrestling. So that's what I do. I compete in martial arts. I'm looking forward to I'm trying to have like 3 actual fights, not just jiu-jitsu coming up. So I'm just looking into that. So
like MMA fights, or
I would like to have 2 MMA fights and 1 boxing.
Okay.
Or 2 boxing and 1 MMA. You know what I say? Whatever the Lord allows, So whatever fate, has for me. So
okay,
that's how I want to do it, baby.
That's what's up. So first question I want to ask is: do you think manhood is under attack? Or give me your definition or take on it.
The definite, to me, manhood is that's a broad. That's a wide spectrum.
Yeah.
I think to me, manhood is taking care of your responsibilities as a man in terms of the roles that we're put in, being a provider. Do I feel like manhood's being under attack? Yes and no.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. But then again, what's the definition of a man? Your definition of a man is different than my definition of a man. Just like the definition of a man is different to another guy. Is the definition of a man like some Rambo-looking dude? Or, is the definition of a man Barack Obama?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does the definition of a man, does that depend on, his sexuality? Because, that's still technically a man. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that I'm not trying to jump into the do.
Yeah,
that's just how I see it with manhood. But I think it's more about taking care of your responsibilities. That's because manhood means a lot of things.
Gotcha. So you're saying you agree and don't agree. Tell me why you agree and tell me why you don't agree.
In terms of I feel because come on, be a man, be a tough guy. That doesn't necessarily mean you're a man, manhood. But I'm not going to let you belittle me. I'm not going to let you talk down to me. I'm not going to say I'm not a beta and I'm not going to be an alpha and I'm damn sure not going to be a cuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if that's manhood, then standing up for yourself and sticking up for yourself and poking your chest out when needed, not all the time, not on 24/7, then all right, yeah.
So, you want to jump on? Well, I'll give you my take on it. I think there is a push to create a different role for men to play, and so people are trying to push men to be one way, but no one's teaching them how to be. So I think a lot of people, there's this word that's around as toxic masculinity, which I hate because it's why is it just males being toxic? Can women not be toxic neither? Is it just one-sided? And then when does a male become toxic? When he turns 18? Like, or my nephews who are like, between the ages of like, 8 to 15. So are they already toxic males, or do we have to wait until they're 18 before they become toxic? And, people start looking down on them and saying like, hey, they're scary, or they're bad men, or, things of that nature. And so I think there's an attack when it comes to trying to define what manhood is.
True.
And I think there are people who are trying to define what manhood is, and they're not men.
Yeah.
Which is kind of confusing because people get upset if you mansplain.
Yeah.
So you can't tell a woman like, hey, this is what I see or what I feel about it, because then you're mansplaining. But I feel like there's a lot of women who can just tell men, who they are and what they're doing and how they can be, and it's just like. I don't know. I guess it rubs me the wrong way. And so I don't know if it's an attack on manhood, but I think there are just people who are trying to, I guess, control a narrative of what, a man is supposed to be. And so if we don't fit in that box, then we're toxic.
True.
All right. So there's this Facebook. So tell me about it. So there's a Facebook that's.
So in terms of, you know what? I wouldn't even say, now I know how we were just talking about manhood.
Yeah.
But this is just character in general to me. This has to deal with like dating. This has to, in West Texas.
Uh-huh.
It just in Odessa.
Gotcha.
There was this Facebook page. I can't remember the name of it. It was just petty. It has a lot of women on there, but pretty much it literally seems like a burn book.
Yeah. Where
like girls be like, hey, I'm talking to this guy, and they'll put the picture up, and hey, does anybody know him, and blah 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 blah, and and then like girls can be like, I don't know him, or I don't know anything about him, or this and that, but then shit. Girls can tear you down if they want to. You know what I'm saying? Because you could find the right one who is super petty and things not work out.
Yeah.
And then have your picture on there, and then it's just open season.
Yeah.
Pow,
yeah.
Pow, pow, da, 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 da. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. And that happened to a friend of mine.
Yeah.
It happened to a friend of mine. And then, like, it was bad. It from what happened, it was just crazy. Because, like, it was, like, literally snipers coming out. Like, when me and my friends came to defend him. And I wasn't as gung-ho about it. I thought it was BS.
Yeah.
But because I looked at what they put. And what the woman had put about him. Put a picture up of him. This is so-and-so. He does this. He seems kind of controlling. And then he ghosts several hours out the day, and then text me, and then text me as in like her text back later.
Yeah.
And then like there were girls like from the screenshot that I saw, there were like girls who some girls like seemed like they had some comments, and they're like, girl, he sound like he got a full-time job. You know what I mean? And this and that. But like he told us a story, and like how it was like just a bitter ex and blah blah blah. But like they went in, they were going in on him.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is if you catch the right one, it's gonna be hell on earth. But my thing is this is like I had another friend who he defended him.
Yeah.
Made it public of the women that do this and blah blah blah, XYZ and shit blah blah blah. And this guy has no filter, but he's a good person, but he'll tell it to you like it is, right?
For sure.
And then so he made that post. It's like a tsunami. Like it's just calm ocean. Just women from like one of the admins were going back with him and his wife, and then they were just going back and forth. Another girl jumps in, I was defending your friend and blah blah blah, but this and that, and just back and forth. And then I remember one of the ladies was like, the reason why we started this page, or the reason why this page got started, something was because multiple girls, I don't know the exact number, but I'm going to say 3.
Yeah.
3 to 4 women had gotten played by the same fuckboy.
Okay.
It's Odessa, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, and then
but it's also not like women aren't doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why you're wasting a lot of your energy trying to call out this person And you probably seen a lot of the red flags he was giving you, and you just closed your eyes to it and didn't care. And now you're out for blood with someone, and it's like again,
it's like to me it's like baby, the game got you. Just don't fall for it again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, then again, the dating scene is terrible here. So the dude can say the right amount of stuff. But it's still the fact that all right, cool. Y'all started it like this, but that thing morphed into a monster. Like these girls were just going in and lying. I think it's terrible. Like I'm like this is what dating has become. Like who knows him? Who knows this guy? Who's okay? Here's what's up. Like girl,
and then they only tell you the flaws of what that man is doing, and they don't give you like any of like. All the good that he has done, if he has done any good. So.
Yeah, and so my thing is this: it's like, listen, sweetheart. Like, if you're gonna do this, and you're gonna, okay, maybe you had a bad experience, and it was just a bad experience on both parts. Yeah. All right, cool. But that's why there's evolution of people. Like that's why you grow from past as you should as a human and as a man, you should mature from past relationships. Okay, I messed up on this or I should have did that, and then bloom. But you're over here just being like blah blah blah, rating, burn book. He's a POS. You know what I mean? Come on, sweetheart. But ladies, if you're tuning in and you got your daggers ready to start typing up. There is for sure. There's a group ran by dudes that literally do the same thing, and to me, that's even worse. Like you're jaded and scorned over a girl, and so you're gonna upload nudes. You're gonna upload nude videos or you text messages and stuff, or be like, oh, this girl do this, and this. Man, chill, dog. Like we're not in high school. We're not in junior high. We're not in high school, man. Like, dude, if things didn't work out. Cool. Or if the girl like that, let her be like that, but let it be in private. Don't be putting the business out because to me, that's not manly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
All right, okay, maybe out with your boys and oh man, so-and-so, man, she was your boy, hey, nudge on the shoulder. You know what I mean? I can understand that because that's guy talk, but like when you're putting all that stuff on the internet, guy or girl, like out of spite, I think that's just whack.
Yeah.
And then who knows? Ladies who started the burn page, y'all apparently started out for a good thing, and then, that just happened. And then, and this isn't me simping. This isn't me capping. This isn't me being Captain Save-A-Hole. I just think that's lame on the page that the guys run about that. Man, chill, bro. Like, chill, dog. Like, if she didn't want you, she didn't want you. You know what I'm saying? Let it hurt for a little bit, then just move on, man.
Well, I think it's an immaturity on both parts. If you're putting, forth all this energy and effort to try to destroy someone and, try to make them out to be something that they're not, or, putting videos and, man, I have no clue about any of this. So I'm glad.
Now the like I said, the one with like girls, like I just saw the screen caps of like of my friend.
Yeah.
And like they booted the girl who like I knew that was in there. You know what I mean? But here's what's up is like she wasn't putting anybody else's business out there. Like it was just like, hey, this is literally looking out for a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just don't get it. Like, I think people can live behind that keyboard or their cell phone and just type whatever the fuck they want. Just lies. I'm sorry for cussing, but just lies. Lie. Come on, chill. Like, let's be adults about this. Like, it's like to me, this is something that teenagers would do, and I wouldn't even do that if I was a teenager.
Middle school, high school, I feel like in that range. But if you're, a grown adult
or a parent, and these are parents doing it, like you have children, like imagine that to a smaller scale happening to like your child.
And I can honestly say that it is because I work at schools here in ECISD in this town, and it's these kids are like you can tell they don't have a lot of structure at the house because of the way they act at school, and they're they're running around, causing rumors, spreading. They're doing the exact same thing the adult is doing, but just on a smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a sad thing because at the end of the day, a lot of these kids can't even understand what's really going on, or it affects them so much to where, they have to go to counseling, and they're looking at like mental health issues and things of that nature, because kids can't really understand the concept of like what's really going on. It's a sad thing, and so I can totally see how something like this that is happening amongst the parents is then trickling down to the kids at junior high. I'm not even in high school, but I'm pretty sure that in high school. But junior high, for a fact, is happening in junior high schools.
And the segue off of that, like, say that happened. So like I said, like I remember seeing the back and forth, and like these people have kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, so let's add about 7 to 10 years. Let's just say that same thing was happening to like their child.
Yeah, for sure.
Who, like, when you're a teenager, you're adolescent, you don't know what you're doing dating.
You do dumb
But
things.
like that stuff, like imagine that stuff happening to your child.
Your 15-year-old son, and people putting him on blast and telling him like what he is and what he did.
Yeah, and it's not even the truth. That's the thing that got me, and that's not me trying to be Gandhi. That's not me trying to be Martin Luther King. That's just like, it's like, come on, yo, like that's so lame. To me, that's just so lame. And then one girl was like, I was defending them. I was like, kudos to that, but I mean, hell, if you was defending them and you friends with the administrator, just, hey man, delete this.
But I mean, I can also tell you, like, people who are on pages like that. I live by a saying, you are the creator of your atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I also live by the saying, drama doesn't just walk into your life. You either invite it, you associate it. Drama doesn't just walk into your life. You either create it, you invite it, or you associate with it. So there's a lot of drama that people are like bringing up onto themselves because they're in like groups like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, if you don't want to be in that drama, and it's going to be drama, because I mean that's the whole point of the group, is to create some form of drama and say, hey, this is have you dated this guy, and if you have, tell me what you think about him. Yeah. And then if someone who's upset or angry or it didn't end well, of course they're not going to tell you anything good. It's going to all be like, this dude is trash. And the same goes for the guys, but the guys
doing that,
are sending pictures and video and things like that. So
and to me, that's just corny. It's just corny on both sides. Like, why you want? Like, why? Like, imagine if you just put forth that effort, and then okay, maybe some people on there, and I just want to see the world burn, and they just get there, they're just as the audience, but it's just like. And the people on there, man, to me, it's like you kind of make yourself look like a fool. Yeah. Yeah. But then again, that goes back into, like, to me, like dating in general, or talking to get to know somebody. I mean, people can live two lives, but like I don't understand the fact of why somebody wants to live two lives. Like, my life is so busy, I don't have time to be playing you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
If I don't got time for you, that means I barely have time for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like, I'm just gonna throw it out there how it is. Like, this is what I do. This is this and that. I might not text you, but I'm into you. This and that. Oh well, yeah. Well, I saw you interacting with somebody on Facebook. It was Facebook. I happened to look down on my my phone, and I was BSing with one of my homeboys. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, it's so, and it's just, I don't understand where in dating and talking, like courting a woman, it shouldn't be so difficult. It shouldn't, like, there shouldn't be all these variables, but it just seems like it is. Ooh, who is this? Wow, man, I don't want to present myself like this. I'm in a picture with my sister on my page. And sometimes I'll add a woman, or I'll see a woman who, like, I'm like, oh, okay, she seems intriguing, and start a conversation. Oh, I don't think your girlfriend. That's not my girlfriend. That's my sister. Like, come on, you gotta like at least be like.
At least ask the question. Don't just make an assumption.
Or just assume, well, okay, well, I thought it was his sister, which you assumed right. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, it's just, it's so wild.
So does that make it scary to date in this day and age?
With what? How that is?
Yeah, how that is. Of just like,
like
your name could be put out there and somebody could trash you.
But here, like, so if I was put on there, I text, like, if it's like a girl who, like, I'm like really feeling, like, it's like, ooh, the little butterfly, text a lot, mad simpy, isn't a thug.
Yeah. Yeah.
does sweet shit for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like doing stuff that, man, you should wait. But but like I said in the last episode, that's just how I am because like my mom raised me. So I just want to do like, I want to please. I don't want to treat you like my mother.
Yeah.
But like I want to do like sweet things for a woman that I appreciate.
Yeah.
Like I want to do sweet things for women who I'm not related to, who aren't like my childhood friends, or like, just friends who I just don't want to do anything. You know what I mean? Like,
so is it like a lot of women, they run from that, like
I won't say
the nice guy or the simp guy, or
I'm not a simp. Simpish.
Simpish. Well, I mean, if you're simpish, man, you're simp.
No, but hey, no. See, because there's not to me like a simp is like, oh, okay, you want me to buy you this and buy you that? No, no. I'm saying like let's go eat. And, like,
well, I mean, you know what? It's a gentleman. Like,
I do gentleman.
You're a
stuff,
gentleman,
and then that stuff gets to look like simpish. You know what I mean? Like,
but so it's like being a gentleman, like gone. Like
it is.
Women aren't looking for guys who are gentlemen here, and I guess here in Odessa.
I think it's all around. But I had a homegirl who she'd pick these guys. Like, damn, what happened? She picked. I'd be like. This wasn't me hating. I'd be like, this dude he's not good for you.
Yeah.
And like, she's a friend of mine. And like, I used to like be like, hey, but I was, I'm glad we kept it like how it is. But I remember I saw her out and I was like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. I said, she got like in a car wreck or something.
Yeah.
And so she's like talking to this dude. Well, no, she was talking to the guy. But the guy thought they were exclusive. Like, he gave her his truck, all types of stuff. She was just he was just staying at the house, like his place, and they didn't even live together. And she was just taking his vehicle out. And then she's like, he's just too nice and this and that. I'm like, damn, so you're not feeling him, but you out on the town in his truck? Yeah. I'll be damned. I would never.
So that what you're saying is more. That's like a simp to you.
Yeah, well, that's just being too nice. I won't even say simp because to me, simp is that's a badge that I don't want to wear. But I mean, even my friends used to call me like Captain Cuffer.
Yeah.
Well, my friend Jamel sent me this video from like World Star back in probably this is back when World Star was popping like in 2014.
Yeah.
He's like, man, this is you, Captain Cuffer. And it was just a dude who like met a girl. He's like, she's all into him and he's just doing all this nice stuff. And then you got this dude who's like, hey, listen, I can give you some like some weed, some good D, and I drive a nice car. And then the dude was like, but I can give you the world. And she went with the bad guy.
Sure.
And Captain Cuffer's all crying, and
sure.
I laugh at that. Shout out to Jamel. That's still, I still think about that. But it literally happened because like I could this one of the most beautiful women I've ever met. And I was just like, wow, she's feeling me. I was like, what? You know what I mean? And I think I let her beauty get the best of me to where I was like, man, I got to do this. I got to do that. But I think maybe it was because I was coming too hard because I was more worried. And I got to know her on the inside as well. But I think like just the way I was coming was just too much, too hard. And I kind of pushed her away.
So kind of explain like when you say the way you were coming, like how were you coming? Like
I was just like, hey, like when I wasn't like paying her attention or texting all the time, or like, hey, she'd be like, hey, what are you doing? But if I do them quick, as soon as I get a text, immediate response, cool conversation there. But then talking. Like one of my friends said, hey man, like he's like, dude, you just gotta leave a little mystery to things. You don't gotta be an asshole.
Yeah.
You just need a little, I wonder what he's doing. And to me, when he told me that works.
Yeah. I mean, it's dumb, but it does work.
It's so dumb. Yeah, I know. It's so dumb, and it does.
You have to learn how to play like the game. And honestly, I think the game is energy. You have to match the person's energy. If you are giving more energy than they are, they're probably going to run away.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you give her, the same energy that she's giving you or less, then there's like, there's like, oh, I want to know more. I'm curious. But if like you're just excited and you're trying to like get to know her and you're like, but sometimes I also think like guys make that assumption like, okay, she's too pretty. And so I have to go over and beyond to make sure like she doesn't like hurt me or that she knows like how I feel about her.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, again, I'm kind of with your friend. You got to leave a little bit of mystery. And,
you just, you can't, and that works. Or if the person's like, I want to know about you, I want to know, like you got to match the energy.
Yeah.
You got to match and see, a person like me, I'm an extrovert. Hey, what's up? I'm trying, blah, blah, blah. Hey, blah, blah, blah. I can't be that, like, yeah, what's up, cool, all right, I'll text you later.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, like, I want to know about, like, wow, you intrigue me. Wow.
Yeah.
So like I can understand how that can, throw things off. And then again, I've met women who like can like match that same energy, but like it's just like I wasn't feeling it as not the energy. It's just like I kind of. But we're on different.
But it's also crazy though too because I have a buddy who's like the chicks that he likes, they like him like a little bit, but not enough. And the chicks that he likes, but they're like, not too much. They really like him.
Yeah,
and so then
always happens.
It's always just like, man, I don't want the chicks that want me. I don't want them, and the chicks that I don't want, they want to pull back. And so it's just like there's like that I guess that trying to figure out how to play that game or understand like what's going on within you. Because they were feeling you in the beginning, and then something happened to where they pulled back.
Yeah.
And so you kind of question, like, damn, was I putting too much into it? Was I not matching their energy? Like, what was I doing to make them, like, at first feel me and then now not?
Yeah. And I mean, me and this beautiful girl were, like, hooking up, all types of stuff. And, and I was just like, wow, I can't, like, what? But I was just being myself, though.
Yeah.
When she initially, I was just being myself before, like, I was just like, hold on. I said, something has to be going on. And I'm not ugly, like, you know what I mean? But I was like, hold on. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, like, she was like, just.
Well, see, and I think that's probably that's an issue that you got to deal with.
Yeah.
Because you can, if a pretty woman is attracted to you, that's like, it should be a normal thing.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying, but I was just like, whoa, like she had like modeling pictures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, of course, like I don't think I'm just this like ugly duckling. And like, oh my God, is she really talking?
Yeah.
Like, what's that? Can't Buy Me Love.
Yeah,
like,
I got you.
No, but like I was just like, whoa. I said, is this real? And I was like, hold on. And then I was like, mutual friends check. I said, hey, yeah, she real cool, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay. And then, so it was just good. It was good times. I took
Yeah.
I took her to my friend's wedding and all types of stuff, and it was good.
So what happened though? It was just
it just didn't work out. Like it just didn't work out. We were just two different people. And
so who kind of like walked away or said like, hey, I can't do it?
Well, it wasn't like a relationship. It was kind of more like
just friends with benefits type deal, or friends. Well, I mean, if y'all hooking up and
but my thing is this: is like it, like I hate the whole like, oh man, you need to test drive the car. Before.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, I was just like, man, like I'd like to be in a relationship with her.
Yeah,
but it never happened. You know what I mean? And then like it just fizzled out, and then like I was young back then. I was stupid, but like I let. All right, so here, ladies, I want you to listen to this. I'm just gonna get deep on this,
I got
right?
you.
So I let the fact, because of her past, who I found out, and the person who told me was being petty.
Yeah,
he was being a male bitch.
Yeah, I got you.
And he was, and when I say that, I'm not saying he's acting like a female. That was just he was just being petty and dumb and jealous and stuff.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say it sounds like jealousy.
And then so, I used to do something with her and so and that and this and that and blah blah blah. And then like I kinda had some other homeboys who tried to not warn me, but be like, hey man, like, we know you fall hard for girls, just kinda, I respected because they wasn't putting their business out, but they knew. But they was like, "Hey, man, T, like, chill." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she did this with so and so, and blah blah blah. And then I was like, man, And then like I kind of let other people like get in the way of that. You know what I mean? And I don't know. That was just and then it just.
Well, is there such a thing as like a body count for a woman? Like, is there such a thing as like too much?
I mean,
because at the end of the day, if she's yours, like, why does it matter?
It shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
But then again, like, I can guarantee you this: if I eat, I don't even have to bring up a total, but I could just bring up somebody I dated who nothing even got physical. Hey, we went on a few. We just went out to eat. You can bring that up with the woman. You might as well tell her she looks hideous in that dress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's bad. So like I don't care. I don't care what you did in your past.
But you cared at that point, like back in the day.
Well, it was just messy.
Yeah.
It was just messy and people talking.
Yeah.
And I kind of like
listen to the.
I just let it get to my head,
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she's cool. Like, we still, like, talk here and there. Like, communicate. Like, I wish her the best in life. I don't wish anything bad on her. You know what I mean? She has I'm not trying to put, like, anything where people can, like, tie two and two together. But, she's moved on, like, and has a family and everything. So, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And, like, I love seeing her in this element.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's that. But at the end of the day, I don't need to know your body count. It's just like you're not gonna know mine.
Yeah.
But
well, it's like they always say people lie about the body counts anyway. Guys try to give a few more than what they have, and women try to give a few less than what they have. No one's really been true about the body count.
I just be honest. I'm not gonna say mine, but I just be honest. Like I'll probably be off by like 1 or 2, but like I'm not gonna be like -10 from what I did. You know what I mean? Like but at the end of the day, though, ladies, pay attention to this because I'm getting detailed. I might not even know your body count, but if we're dating and we're gonna take it to that level, then sweetheart, we both need to go get tested.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially like, at this time, okay, yeah, you might be on birth control and this and that, and this and that, but or like say something happened during the dating phase and before we even got to that talking something, we need to like discuss our sexual health.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but who does that? No one really discusses like
you should.
Sexual. I mean, you should. But no one's like going to be doing that though. Like,
stop. That's irresponsible.
It is irresponsible, but it's 2022. Like everyone's just like free, like willy nilly, like just having sex with everybody.
Okay, fine and be free willy nilly, but then like when you get that test and then something comes up and then you're like, all right, well I need to tell or just like that. You know what I mean? Like it's
I mean it's something you should do.
Yeah.
If you are going to be active, but I just know a lot of people that are out there active and they're not. They're not asking about sexual health or sexual history.
But then again, like, if, okay, oh man, I went out and met so-and-so and we were sucking face and then, something ended up happening. But, before, this is hypothetical speaking. I'm not saying me, but you're not going to like, okay, well, I have this condom, but I need to know the last 3 people you had sex with. I understand you're not going to have that conversation.
Yeah.
But at least carry prophylactics on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then women, if you have condoms at your house, in your car, in your purse, in your dresser drawer, I think that's amazing. And you're single, I think that's amazing. Yeah. Like, that's responsible. Like, man, have an assortment. You know what I mean? And that means you're at least taking steps.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like, what? Once I'm not trying to like I hope I don't I'm not trying to sound like a perv, but I'm just saying like up to the times of just sexual health, and like this is like back when I was like, well, I was like 20, 21. So I got pulled over by a cop for speeding. I got pulled over by a cop for speeding, and then so he pulls me over. Black dude, speeding, young, and then so he's like, all right, man, you don't mind if you come out the car? I was like, no. He's like, you got anything on you? I was like, nope. And so he patted me down, and then he didn't handcuff me. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna do you mind if I go through? I was like, dude, just go, because I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
And it's so like I just got done with like class, and and so I had like my book bag, my Jordan bag, and like I had like condoms in my glove box.
Yeah.
I had condoms in my center console, and then I had like condoms in my backpack. He's like, man, I was like, bro, you never know, you know. And then like, and he was like, but like I said, that's when I was 20 and I was being responsible. Like I don't have any kids now. I don't have the alphabet, so like I'm being responsible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just, but I'm not out screwing everything I see.
Yeah.
But I'm responsible at the same time, just in case something happens.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? And then when it comes to sex, it's like I'm still we're transferring energy within each other.
For sure.
And now, I'm sorry if I'm just going.
No, go ahead.
Like when it comes to, I'm just being an open book. But like when it comes to sex, like it's like, what? Like let's go on, there's more to it than just the biological aspect, of course. But there's more to it. Like sweetheart, I don't got time just giving it and
going to sleep,
dick and dashing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I want someone. Like you know what I mean? Like just like afterwards, I can just be like, oh, man.
Or like foreplay before, and like you know what I mean, like explore bodies and things of that nature.
But are you gonna explore each other? Are you gonna explore a random hookup? I doubt it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna explore a club jump off? I doubt it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stop. And it's just so crazy.
Well, I mean, why not?
Huh?
Why not? Why not explore someone you get from the club or a random hookup?
Well, but that
because you're taking the time to have sex anyway. So then why not do that exploring?
I mean, you could, you could, but you could.
I got you. I mean, back in my day, I never did either. But that's something why not?
Yeah. It's just there's just so much with like hooking up and relationships and all that type of jazz, but like I just feel like if I'm gonna give it, like I want to give it to like that person who like where if something happens, I'm okay with it.
Got you.
And something happens as in like a kid.
Yeah.
Like damn. Not damn, but shit, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Even though I'd still be like that, but like it's like I like I said in the last one, I don't want. That's why I'm careful. I don't want to get a jump off pregnant who I don't know. And I'm sorry for saying jump off. Let me respect the ladies more. I don't want to get a woman I barely know pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't even know your last name.
Yeah.
I don't even know your favorite color. And now we're having a child together because of maybe the condom failed or because we just weren't being responsible. It's scary.
But I also think that it does. The issue with society now is this hookup culture, where everyone feels like they just have to hook up with each other, and no one's really learning about each other or trying to figure each other out. It's just like with Tinder, or with all these like sites that are on Facebook dating and all that stuff. Like I don't know a lot about it, but it's just like I know if you swipe right or swipe left. If y'all connect, y'all meet, and then like I've known guys who just like they hook up with 10 dates left and right. You know what I mean? But then it's also those guys that are getting blasted on this page of like this guy ain't nothing. But it's just like, well, what did you expect? Because he showed you a fake. He showed you his social media self. You fell in love with that or you liked it. And then y'all did what y'all had to do, and then he was like, he burnt off. You know what I mean? So
And like, my Tinder, I'm on Tinder.
yeah,
And like, so, but like, I actually have Tinder because like I said, I'm an extrovert. And I have like Tinder, like, I had Tinder Gold.
yeah.
Now I have Tinder Platinum.
Oh Lord.
It's the premium.
What,
I don't know why.
what-
But here's what's so here's
What's the difference though,
the
between
difference.
gold and
The
platinum?
difference why is like you can see who, because Tinder is like you have to like see, like it's like you swipe, whoever swipes you like, blah 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 blah, you match. But then, like, if somebody like likes you, you go and you don't have like the upgrade Tinder Plus.
Yeah.
You can't see who it is, but like you'll see like a blurred picture, and then you have to keep. But then, like with that, you can see who it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like, I've come across accounts where, like, physically, I didn't think that the woman was attractive, but it's like, but it's just I'm not gonna waste time, you know.
Yeah.
But and then there's been where I've seen like, wow, this girl's really pretty, but like in her bio, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you know.
So what's the bio that would like turn you off then?
Well,
Like,
just more
crazy?
like, I'm just all about. I just want to. I mean, listen, I can party and rage, but I'm not trying to do all that. Or this and that, or this. I don't know. There's just been things I've seen where I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean,
Gotcha.
or like, you know. And then like mine, like I'll show you my profile because it's not. It's like, hey, like let's actually go out to like eat. Like let me get to know you. But like a lot of women use Tinder for dating when Tinder is the sole purpose of it is for hooking up.
Yeah,
And I
for
use
sure.
it for the wrong reasons also because like I was like, man, so like on Tinder, like the updated Tinder, you can like set your location to various places.
Gotcha.
And I'm an extrovert. So like I'll just go on my profile and be like, listen, like I just think, this part of the area is cool. I want to meet women there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, you can have me on Facebook. Here's my Instagram.
Yeah.
Here's my Snapchat. Like I have nothing to hide. Like it's like I have nothing to hide. But I mean, of course, that's not gonna work. I mean, it could work if I found the right one. But even like the conversations like I have with like these women on here. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Nothing. If the conversation gets good, hey, you want my number? And then like we're texting.
Yeah.
But then like nothing has really ever materialized from anything on Tinder besides us being friends on Facebook, meeting. Or I had one girl who like this was years ago, but I met her and then like we went to like Texas Roadhouse and she just wanted free food. And all you had to do was just say you wanted food and I would have been like cool with it. But like
how did you know she wanted free food? Like
she never texted me back. Like I was like, come on. Like my thing is this, it's like, hey, and then like I met a cool lady and like I told her like what my life consisted of, and this and that, and she's like, well, what do you think about this? And I was like, well, I mean, it's cool, but I mean, she flat out beautiful lady, educated, smart, so cool. So like personality, she was very beautiful.
Yeah.
But I mean personality, and we just didn't match up. And she was like, she took a very mature approach. It was like, this isn't gonna work. Blah 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 blah. I wish you the best in life. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then she like just deleted me from everything. I was like, wow. But I was like, I mean, I understood. She told me what she was looking for in life, and like just me. Oh, that was just some guy I used to date. I understand why like she wouldn't want like a person who she met on Tinder in her life. I think about her sometimes. Like I wonder what she's doing. Not like, oh, she's the one that got away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
But like, it's just dating.
Yeah.
Date like you got to be honest. Like my thing is this: women, like y'all want. It seems like women want these dudes, right? Who will embellish and just them, put them on a scale. I do this, I do that, I make this, blah blah blah. Or like they'll fall for these super lame dudes who will like just do anything just for a piece of the goods.
Yeah.
Like one thing. These dudes who prey on like these attractive single mothers. Like listen, sweetheart. Yeah, so like listen, like sweetheart. This is why I don't date single mom. Cause like dudes will play them because they want commitment and somebody there for the kids. But listen, I'm not gonna go this route. I'm not gonna bounce your kid on my knee just so you can bounce on something else in the bedroom.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's an easy way. it's not even a game. It's just manipulation. Like so many dudes, like it's not it like that's like to get to a woman's heart. It's not hard, but if you don't really want it, it's so easy.
But it's also dangerous for a woman to allow some dude that she really doesn't know be around her kids like that too. Though,
Yeah,
I feel.
but dudes do that when they get in,
sure.
like not like being creepy with the
Yeah,
kids, but like
sure.
they're like, oh, I want to play with Buddy over here, and get him toys and this and that, and the kid love, and then that's gonna melt the mom's heart, and then. I've known dudes like that. I don't associate with them, but like I've known dudes to do that, and it's just like, damn,
Well, I feel like it's all a form of manipulation when it comes to like dating right now. Like everyone isn't their real selves. We're all trying to, not we. Everyone's trying to be something that they're not in order to get something that they want. Yeah. Whether it's money, whether it's a relationship, whether it's the cookie, whether it's just a companionship, but it's not. A lot of, most of these dating sites, all of them, it's not like your true self, and no one's really being real, and so we're all, manipulating the system or manipulating each other to make each other feel some type of way, and then, once we get what we get, both, male and female, then we chop off.
But like I think because like I'm myself and I don't front. Like I might, joke and do stupid little like Instagram and Facebook stories, but like the stuff that's on my Facebook and the stuff that's on my Instagram is all me. I mean, either talking about martial arts, community involvement, social issues, anime, and architecture. Like that's like you're not gonna see like, oh man, my vehicle or this and that. Like sometimes I feel like because I don't have all that flashy stuff, I truly feel while I'm here, it's not appreciated because like this town is fast. I'm not saying the women or the men, but this town is fast. This town is fast, and it's about money, and it's about status here. Yeah. And status is with that oil, that liquid gold, that Texas tea. And I mean, dude, Aaron, like, and I mean, I'm a nice guy. So I'm not saying nice guys finish last, but I'm just not this gung ho.
They don't finish first. I can tell you that.
But then again, that's why like I just focus on myself.
Yeah.
And then like that's why I want to do more for the community. I got stuff. I'm slaving with these kids at Rough House. Like dude, my day is busy. So like as much as I want a woman, man, like. I got like these parents messaging me that, oh, my kid is getting bullied, or, thank you for coming into my daughter's life. And if we didn't have this, Rough House, because this and that, I can't tell you how within like the past month, like I've had to deal with like kids being bullied or like, getting kids, like just talking, and that already, and Rough House isn't my full-time job. Yeah. That Rough House isn't paying my bills. So I have another full-time job. You know what I mean? So like I'm already stretched thin, and like I said, I want a woman that's just there for me, so when I can just, that's it, and I can respect like my training like regimen, of like what I want to do, you know what I mean? And so, but that's why I live for the community, the kids, and I mean myself as well, and bettering myself because like that's all I got.
Yeah, for sure.
So. And I just think that like me doing that, like it's noble, but it's noble and respectable, but like it's 2022. Dude.
Yeah, it is.
That's all I can say.
It's 2022.
It's 2022.
We're all trying to figure it out. We're working through it. I know we've had this conversation before. The dating scene here in Odessa is different than anywhere else that I've ever been. So it's just something that, you just got to find a way to figure out and deal with.
Yeah. I mean, we can figure out how to deal with that. And then like, I feel that, it's just like, okay. Did you know that I'm not a square, but just me, good, wholesome Tryann. I used to date a girl who was from Sonora, Mexico. You know where Sonora is at, right?
I do not.
Okay, well, Sonora is like, it's northern Mexico, right? It's more closer to the Arizona border.
Okay.
And so she was down here visiting family, staying with like her aunt and stuff, and like we met on Tinder. But like my Tinder dates, like hey, like actually have a date. So we dated, blah 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 blah. We actually became something like exclusive, like exclusive. And this and that. I met her family. Like here in the States,
Yeah.
like her sister and stuff would like FaceTime me. Not FaceTime because I have a Galaxy,
Yeah.
Galaxy, green bubble. But we'd Facebook message,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And she's like, "Oh, my sister really likes you," blah 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 blah. And then so she had to go back to Mexico. This is back when. So this is 2020 when like COVID started to happen and Trump was like, "I'm shutting down."
Yeah.
So she was only over here on a visa, like with their family. And then so I talked to her family and be like, so, they own like some clubs and stuff out here. Red flag. So, and then I'd be like, okay, so what are y'all, your dad and this and that? Well, my dad is a federal officer and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, so why are y'all always on these like farms and stuff? Like just huge acres of farms. And then so she'd always just change the subject. And then so I finally had enough and like I talked to her. Me and her sister were talking and then I was like, why is she doing this? And she's like, all right, so I got to tell you something. I was like, oh, God. I said, she's has a boyfriend or she's married or something. She's like, no, like, their family is like, they're narcos. Like,
wow.
Like, mafiosa.
Yeah.
And, like, I just, like, cut it off.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was insane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But see, just how we were talking about earlier, like, man, these girls going for all these bad boys and stuff, and then look at me, the roles reversed. I'm the wholesome sweetheart over here with the mafiosa. You know what I mean? And then when she found out that her sister told me, because we talk, and then she'd have like a new cell phone every week, and I was like, listen, I'm tired of. I said I'm tired of getting these random numbers from Mexico calling me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's like, well, I just, this and that, the track. And I said, and then you're driving these cars, and I was like, and then here we go, Mr. Wears his heart on his sleeve, Mr. Loverboy. I said, all right, that's it. I'm going to El Paso next week. And then I said, I'm going to text you. And I said, you have 4 hours to meet me at the, I'll go a little bit into Juarez.
Yeah.
And then she was like, no, I can't. I was like, and this is how I knew it was real.
Yeah.
I can't go through the Texas border because of the rival gangs.
Oh, wow.
That broke my heart.
Yeah, I got you.
And then, so here's how much of a lover boy again. And I was like, man, what do you mean? And this and that. And then, like, so she came back here. And then, she wanted to talk. And I was just real upset. And I was just like, imagine if something happened where, like, we were together. And then, like, say you ended up pregnant, right? I said, you're not going back to Mexico. I said, because you already got your ops following you. And I said, they don't care. And I said, that baby can have dual citizenship, but I'm not going to be worried sick about you and my potential unborn child over there in Mexico.
For sure.
And then you're a mafiosa.
For sure.
And then this and that. And we got in an argument. She's like, I'm leaving and blah, blah, blah. So she left and then something. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to Arizona. And then, like, I'm glad that things didn't work out. I wish her the best in life.
Yeah,
that's just how I put it. But you know how...
I want to know what happened in Arizona. You went to Arizona and what?
No. I was going to go to Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Like, I had everything packed up and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then, like, it was, and then my friends, like, how do you meet all these girls? You were in Chihuahua, like, in December and blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm an extrovert. Like, you know what I mean? Like another thing, does race matter to you?
Race doesn't matter.
Like, race doesn't matter to me also. Like,
race used to matter to me until I moved back down to Odessa in 2012.
Yeah.
Like, I had only dated, black girls or black women until then. Like, I would, like, talk to other races, but I would never, like, date them. And then I got married to a Hispanic woman. 2012 was kind of whenever my eyes were open to, like, love is love, and I'm not going to stop myself from loving whoever loves me back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, race doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't. Like, I do want to, like, I want a, I had a black girlfriend, one, but it was an online girlfriend.
You said you had
So
one.
It doesn't count.
You had one. You only have one black girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, when it comes to girlfriends, I probably had like, as in like girlfriends, I probably had like what, 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I would, like I said, I'm not gonna live in a land of what ifs. But like that woman, she's like awesome.
Yeah.
Like we connect on things, but I mean, like I said, we haven't talked. She lives in she always goes to Miami and New York, and she's a fashion merchandiser. So I said she's not worried about little old me.
Yeah.
Or we'll text and talk here and there, but other than that, like it's just like, hey, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, man, like it's just hard, like meeting somebody, because it's like I don't care what other people think, but I don't need other women to have an opinion on me on something that's not the truth. Like going back, I'm trying to round it back to this.
I got you.
Yeah, but I just think it's wild. So like, talk to me about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like why manhood? What do I gotta lie about? I am me.
Yeah. Well, a lot of men have to lie about a lot of things, especially if they are living their life and it's not conducive to what they are saying online.
Yeah, but then why be like that?
But a lot of guys do that. I tell you right now,
I know, but it's just like why, like.
Well, because the real you, the real them is they're gonna get the cookie, so they have to be the fake person that they assume that person wants, and then. Because they're that, because they are what that person wants, then they make that choice to give in to that person, and then once they get what they get, they leave because they were never real to begin in the first place. So yeah. I mean, I understand why you do it. It's about the game. It's about trying to get the cookie. But at the end of the day, then you'll be on that Facebook group. Yeah. And they'll be dogging you.
Yeah.
But it's not even, again, it's wasted energy. You're wasting your energy trying to do that to people.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, you still have to live your life. You still have to figure it out. And being messy, to me, is a waste of energy. It does nothing for you at all whatsoever. And it doesn't provide or give you anything that you need. So. Yeah. It shouldn't be done. You shouldn't do it. But if it is done, if I was a guy out there dating, it would be scary because if you make someone mad, then your face is on something, and people are taking screenshots. Cause you saw it through a screenshot.
Yeah.
So I mean, how many other people are taking screenshots and sending it to people and things of that nature?
And like I said, it's like, all right, y'all got it played, and y'all had to, and all right, we're gonna start this. But it's just like, damn, this is the First Wives Club, and that's an old ass movie. I don't know why I just referenced that, but no, it's like, but like it's just like, man, like scorned, like hell hath no fear, like a woman scorned, like God, women can be, yeesh, ooh, I mean, men can be Mitches too.
Yeah, men. I feel like men don't. Men don't do it as loud, but because men, I don't know, it's just me. Men don't know how to do things quietly, but they do it just as much as women do as well.
Like, and I don't know if it's like in terms of like just falling back, but like that. I mean, that's kind of what I've done more now as well. Just fall back, and like sometimes I just look at like people, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm like, this dude's a facade.
Yeah.
Just like the story you told me a little bit earlier, though. I was like, that clown.
Yeah. Yeah. But those are the guys that people look up to the most. So I'm starting to realize that people don't want to see realness in this world because let's just say Deshaun Watson came out and said, yes, I did do that. I did assault or, pulled out my little wiener and, showed it off to all those masseuses, not masseuses, massage therapists. What would the NFL would have done, right? If you'd have done that, What he did was act like I'm a victim of all this. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. 26 women aren't going to be lying about what it is that you did. And because he just, he kept quiet and didn't say nothing, guess what? He had to sit out a year, and then he's like the highest paid quarterback now. Versus if he'd have went out and been like, yes, I did this. I need help. I'm going to, therapy right now. And how would that look? What would the NFL would have done, right? They would have suspended him. They would have taken a lot of his money. Would he have gotten that contract? So a lot of times it's people don't want to see, what's real. They want to see what's fake, and they gravitate towards that.
But here's another thing. I like Ray Rice.
Yeah, for sure.
The Ravens are my team, and when he hit his fiance, who is now his wife,
sure.
Ray Rice let them know what happened.
Yeah.
And then TMZ got a hold of the videotape, and then because the NFL was like, all right, they knew about, they had already knew about it, but then we got it, blah, 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 and they put him chopped his head off, and
it was a 2-game suspension. And it ended up being, he ended up getting out of the NFL at that point. But
and I'm not saying what he did was right, but he confessed. So it's just like the confess. To me, I'm not saying
what happened was he confessed, but the NFL did not. Suspend him how he should have been suspended.
Yeah.
And because it was only 2 games, and because that video came out, it wasn't Ray Rice and what he did. It was the NFL trying to cover up. What it is that he did.
But the fact that when he laid her out, that was tough to watch.
Yeah.
But the fact that he told me, he's like, yeah, I did this, I did, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, dude, you, at least you manned up.
Yeah.
Not saying it's manly, but you manned up to what if you can man up to your fuck ups, then man, I can give it to you.
Well, see, I think there's a difference between manning up and then doing something different. I can say oh yeah, that's my bad, but then 2 weeks later, I'm still, punching at her, you know what I mean? So if I say yeah, it's my bad, but I'm also doing the work to try to figure out,
what's the problem?
Yeah, never do that again. Then that's kind of where
which it should, and which he's been doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Since we're talking about that, manliness.
Yeah.
One thing that's just blows my mind is domestic abuse.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's I can understand a certain situation where a man has to put his hands on a woman. I'm not saying everything in terms of defense or defending yourself and stuff like that, but just blatantly attacking a woman. I just don't understand that.
It's a coward move.
Yeah, and then I've never laid hands on a woman. I've never the one time I said something. I said this, and then it was me and my ex-girlfriend. This was back in, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was 2017, and she knew how to press my buttons.
Yeah,
and she said, what if something, blah blah blah, and what if something, and then I started making out with some guy, and I was like, I said I'd smack you so hard you'd fly out that window, and then I said I'd stomp that dude's throat in, and then because she said but I did it on purpose. It's looking at you, mocking you, and she's like, you're such a. I would never do that, but I remember I felt so strongly about that woman. I just said just an angry, passionate thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know why she would do that, and just me saying that, I wouldn't really do that. Yeah. But the fact of me saying that, I felt terrible after. I was like, oh my God. When I said, I was like, damn, that was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't see how somebody could actively carry something out.
Well, it starts by saying it.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? No. Yeah. I'm not saying you would have done it, but it starts by the threatening and the verbal aspect of it, and then it compounds from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just gets worse and worse and worse, and then you'll find yourself, doing things that says you would never do.
Yeah, but like I said, it's but I realized that was wrong.
For sure.
That wasn't me. I was like, damn, that was a hard comeback. But she's like, and I was like, you'd be looking at me? And I was like, analyzing it, like putting down. I was like, yeah, I'd smack you so hard you fly out that window, and then I'd stomp that dude's throat in, you know. But this is.
Yeah.
I'm not a violent person, but I'm just saying. But y'all did it on purpose to make me, yeah, you know what I mean. And you know, I was falling in love with you. Yeah, no, but like, I like that's just something that like I just can't stand for, because that just like. I just don't understand like why you want to like do that. But then again, it's like trauma.
They do it because they don't have control over themselves.
So you're saying it's impulsive?
No, because they don't have control over themselves. They try to control the people that's around them in their lives. It's a simple solution. Learn how to control yourself as a man.
Yeah.
And if you learn how to control yourself as a man, you're not walking around beating women, choking women, you know, trying to act like
hitting kids.
Yeah, you're not doing that stuff because you yourself know how to control yourself. And, you know, that comes with, you know, a lot of, you know, discipline. You know, if you're into weightlifting and, you know, you're trying to, you know, get better, you're reading books and things of that nature, it just, you won't, you know, you're finding ways to control yourself, and that's where it's at.
Yeah. You want to know what, like, where, like, my compassion comes from? It comes from my mom.
Yeah.
I mean, she did a good job raising me. Like, she sometimes was just like, you made me too emotional.
Yeah.
You made me care too much. But, like, my mom, she used to work for CPS.
Yeah.
And, you know, just being a nosy child.
Yeah.
Like, my mom gave me everything. Like, we've lived in, like, pretty nice apartments to nice houses. You know what I mean? And I remember once being super little, my mom was doing something, and she was on a computer. And then I was like, I want to go on the internet. So I was like a kid. I was like 8. And then I stumbled upon like some work because she was over a bunch of like caseworkers. And I was like, what are these pictures? You know, and I thought I was like, oh, because I really like sci-fi and stuff. It's like, wow, this looks like kind of like this looks like special effect, like makeup stuff. You know, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I thought it was like but it was like, you know, it was just me, you know, just being a nosy, rambunctious kid. And like, it was like I had stumbled upon like a case file of that. And it was like of a child, like, it was just like his arm. But like, I was like, and the mom was like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was just in the office, you know, because we had a den that was like half of an office. And then I was like, oh, and then like, you know, I was like freaking out. Like my mom like explained, like, you know, there are people in this world who have kids who aren't, you know, necessarily the best at what they do, and you know that. And I was really shooken up. Like I've had nightmares seeing that. And then, you know, she explained it to me, and like, you know, and my mom always had me volunteering at Harmony Home, and she like, I would have clothes, and I'd be like, man, my mom would always be like, so which of these shirts are your favorites? I'd be like, this. She's like, well, which ones don't you wear the most? And then she's like, all right. She's like, so, you know, put them in order and this and that. And I'd be like, all right, you know, a kid, you know, like, man, where's my wolf shirt at? Yeah. You know, and then like, I would see like kids at my school wearing, I'd be like, hold on. I said, I got a shirt just like that. And then I remember like a few weeks later, and I was like, I saw another kid, I have a shirt just like that. You know, my mom would like take my clothes and like donate them, give them to like kids who were like abused, you know, just stuff like that. And I remember I had like a Guess jeans shirt, and I was like, I loved that shirt. And I remember I was like, I must have left it in my uncle's or my grandma's. And I remember I saw a kid wearing it. I said, hey. He's like, what? I said, come here. And ran up to him. I said, turn around. And he was like, what? And then like, I like put the tag, because like I was really like into putting like my name on stuff. And it had like my initials TS on the tag. I said, I knew it. And then like, for some reason I was like, I was not mature at that age, but I didn't want to embarrass him or something. So I was like, all right, man, I'll talk to you later. You know, I was like, whatever. I was like 9. And, you know, and that's just what I learned about my mom. And so that's why like abuse, like child abuse, child abuse and like spousal abuse, just domestic abuse, like I just think that's so fucking whack. I'm sorry for cussing, but it's so whack.
It is whack.
And then like another thing is like my mother, before she met my dad, she was married to another man, right? So, and my mother and my dad never got together. They were just high school sweethearts, and then, you know, I just happened to come about in this world.
Yeah.
But she was married. And I remember her marriage. There's a picture of her and my grandmother. Like my grandmother still has that photo of, like, her wedding day. She looked so beautiful in that dress. And I remember, like, I was, like, probably, like, 12, 13, something. And then I was just like, so, you know, I just brought it up, and we just had a family conversation, you know, just me and her, because I grew up a single child.
Yeah.
And she told me, you know, yeah, you know, I was married to this guy and this and that. And we went into detail how, like, she was pregnant and she had a miscarriage, and how, like, the dude was, like, had put, like, hands on her. I'm, like, emotional, crying. I'm like, men do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that, like, she explained that to me at, like, a young age instilled in me of, like, that's not how you treat a woman. And I think that, like, me knowing that, I'm not saying that exactly, like, oh, that's the moment I became a gentleman,
an advocate or whatever,
or just or Captain Simp or anything. But I just, like, I'm like, you don't treat women like that, you know. So, like, I just want to treat women with just so much respect, because off of, like, how my mother, you know, has just shared, like, personal and professional life experiences. And that's why I love kids. And that's why, like, I love, like, just doing right by women.
Yeah.
And that's because of my mother. And that's how, like, I don't understand, like abuse.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I was like, I'll smack you, so are you? And I was like, God, I was like, damn, dude. Like, you know, and she's like, you asshole. I was like, what? You literally stabbed me with something, and then, like, the what came spraying out was just hot, emotional lava.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, that's just not me. You know what I mean? And it's just like you can forgive people who do these things, but it's just like, that's just something that, like, I just can't get down.
I believe guys can be rehabilitated from being abusers. Because I used to teach a class, you know, where guys were abusive.
Yeah.
And so a lot of it is learned behavior. They've seen their grandpas, they've seen their dads. No one ever taught them, hey, this is probably not the right way to do it, and they just do it. Usually, there's a lot of you don't blame drugs and alcohol and things of that nature, but guys, if they start to lose control, they try to control themselves through substances, and then they lose control. And again, it's not an excuse, but it's something that people need to have more of a conversation about. Like, let's have a conversation about how. The right way to treat a woman, and how to talk to a woman, why it's important not to be abusive, because, it destroys people's lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And I remember there was one that this is a low point. This girl, like, I really liked, and she just did something, and we had, like, there's, like, alcohol involved, and she just did. I was just like. We just got in this argument, and, like, was calling her out of her name, and fuck it, you know what I mean? I was like, oh my God, like, and I was just like, I can't believe, like, I did that.
Yeah.
And then, like, she's like, oh, and then, like, I apologized and everything, and, and then that was that. We got into, like, a big argument, and then, that was the end of that. I mean, she's living a good life. Like I said, she's moved on.
Yeah.
I'm happy for her, and I wish her the best in life. But I just remember, I just was like, I just remember after it was all said and done, because I've never been in an argument like that, and, like, I'm just a passionate person, and then, like, so that just all the boiled frustration and stuff. And I'm a good communicator, so I just don't know how that happened. But the fact is, like, to me, accepting, like, your own faults and knowing, like, what you did was wrong. Like, sure. I shouldn't have went off on her like that. For sure. And I'm not going to blame her. And I'm not even, oh, man, I was on 6th Street. And and I was with the group. Yeah, okay. Yeah, alcohol does play a part. But it's still, but it's still if I can remember the conversation and everything like that, and just the whole thing, then I can't just be, oh, man, I blacked out drunk. You don't black out drunk.
Yeah. The
time when you black out is when you just fall asleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what you're doing.
Yeah. So
if the police shows up, then you're trying to sober up real quick.
So
and
don't say you're blacked
blacked out drunk, and
And so, like I said, so like that's manliness, that's manhood growth. Like knowing, like one situation, I let somebody being messy who was low key jealous, like playing my head on something. But I was young and dumb, so I mean, chop it up to the game.
Yeah.
Like the girl on 6th Street, like I had more energy and passion for her, I think, and I started to realize that, and then like just the alcohol boosted it more of me being upset. And then what was crazy was we ended up like hooking up later that night. You know what I mean? Like and then after everything was said and done, and it's just like, but just the energy wasn't there, and it's just, but like I said, it's like I'm a man with like good things, but then I've also had some faults. But I mean, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
But
as long as you're being accountable for your actions and trying to find ways to be better, then there's nothing.
Yeah,
there's nothing better than that as a human being. So.
Yeah, because it's growth. But that's the thing. It's like, can people be open? Like I can be open and honest about that. I don't care.
Yeah,
because like we all falter.
Yeah, we all have flaws. And people assume that we don't. Or it's because you're telling your story. They have the audacity to look at you with judgment, not knowing that they're also flawed as human beings. Mm-hmm. They're just lucky that they are not their flaws not out, or they're hiding their flaws. Doesn't mean you don't have any. So you should never look on somebody else's flaws and have any judgment, because that's just stupid.
Dumb.
Stupid.
So dumb. So that's, like I said, that's why like I just tie my energy into the community, wanting to do better, trying to like I really like, I was young too. Like I was young when we just yelled, and.
But you're young, but you're growing up. You're figuring it out.
Yeah, and then, but it was good because it was just a learning experience. I was like, I'm good God, what was I thinking?
Yeah,
and then I mean, but that's what But the thing is, it's like I want to do things to where, like, man, I haven't done anything like Mike Tyson-esque or just hitting me, oh man, I apologize. No, it's like just I'm a man of the people. Like I got into arguments and said some things with a tone of voice that I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But, like that's not going to stop me from still being a good person.
Yeah. That's what it is, man.
But like just imagine how like I just told you how everything just went. Imagine like having a scorned woman say that about me.
Yeah.
Just because it went wrong, or he yelled at this girl and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah.
So there's a quote: "You can be a good man and still do bad things, or you can be a bad man and still do good things. You have a choice to choose, right?" So I'm on that boat. I'm choosing to be a good man, but I still do bad things, and I'm working on it. I'm flawed. And I don't run from my flaws. I attack them head on. This is where I'm at in life, and I embrace all of my flaws, because at the end of the day, they're not going anywhere, and so I want to be able to learn how to control them, learn how to live with them, because you have to live with them.
Yeah,
you're not going to run from them. So live with them. And live with them in a way to where they're not, controlling you or your life. So
yeah, what is a I mean, dude, but that's the thing. People try and be flawless.
Yeah,
this isn't a video game.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Like, there's no flawless victory, dude. Like
it's impossible, and it's crazy. But people do try. But again, it'll never happen. So. Man, I appreciate this conversation for sure. Thank you for jumping on and just we talked about a plethora of things, and I really enjoyed it.
A cornucopia of sorts.
Cornucopia of sorts. So again, if you like this podcast, like, subscribe, share, because again, what we want to do is create a space for men. We want to create a space where we talk about ways we can be high-value men, and I believe we did this in this podcast through, all the conversations that we had in this podcast. So I appreciate y'all for listening. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And for daily motivational and up-to-date content, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Excellence Above Talent. And remember, keep moving forward, never give up, and you are never alone in this battle. We'll see you next time.